Do you feel like if you're rebranding that you feel like you may not do something because you may lose certain people in your life, or that people would think differently of you for not doing something that they've come accustomed to you doing?
Nope. Because like you said, you wrong. That's your problem. How is it my fault because I want better for myself? Even if you feel like that's not better, cussing not that bad. You may feel that way. I'm not
Yeah.
telling you. I just don't want to do it.
But now I've gotten to the point that I realize that I am literally living for God. And if I'm truly living for Him, then I can't justify what I'm doing here on earth, because at the end of the day, I'm not here to make anyone on this earth happy or proud of me. I am
Hello.
doing everything to glorify Him.
All right. And we're back. And we back. And we back. And we back. And we back. Y'all, we're back. We back with another episode of the You're Done podcast.
Move your mic towards you. You sound low to me.
Well, I feel like it was all up in my face.
Yeah, but then I can't hear you. That mean the people can't hear you, and we need to hear all the tea.
Well, we back and we back and we back with another episode of the You're Done podcast. Is that better? Look, I'm all itching. It's your girl, Big Desto, not the little one.
And be more, nevertheless.
Y'all be back.
Look at that. Somebody trying to call me knowing I'm busy. Yo, daddy. She got to say who? Yeah, we got one.
Right. We are back with another for your mother.
Your mic on?
It better be. Yeah, it's on.
You sound weird to me.
Don't say that.
Well, not weird. You just sound lower than usual.
I'm talking regular. Is this better?
A little
You
bit.
want me to tell?
No, I just want to be sure I can hear you. That's
I
all.
always up my volume when I edit, but can you hear me at least?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, well, today, y'all, now that we got our we gonna have a technical difficulty, all right? We got a topic for y'all, of course. Why else would we be here? What's the topic, Brittany?
What's the topic? Dang it, I just looked at it too. Don't tell me, because I remembered.
Now, for
When
once,
I
I remember.
when I look at my notes, I literally just said that's gonna be a good one.
I just checked it.
Well, you sure did. That's why I didn't look at it. Rebranding isn't just for influencers.
Okay,
I literally, y'all, reminded myself,
we
and I
literally
still get on here and don't remember.
had this conversation like a minute ago. Okay, maybe 2 minutes. That's
Yeah,
pregnancy time or something.
it's it's a mind of its own.
It's okay. That's why we got the notes.
Yes, but rebranding isn't just for influencers. That's today's topic. So if you're thinking about changing some stuff up in your life, you can do that because it's your business. Hashtag Tabitha Brown.
Right. Literally your life, your prerogative. Change it. If you don't like it, change it. Anytime, any place.
Yeah.
Change it. I feel like especially in this era of life that we live in, where social media is a very, very big thing. You know, everybody's an influencer, everybody is a content creator, everybody is a podcaster. And so even even outside of like social media, like your personal daily life, like what is it that you're doing or not doing that you feel like you should incorporate to make your life a little better? Because what it say on the notes, changing your life one habit at a time.
Yes.
Emphasis on the one habit at a time. I'm not saying tomorrow you're gonna have a new life. One thing at a time.
For
So
real.
I think for me, you hear that noise
Now
anyway.
that you said it. Yeah,
You,
but it's not loud.
I don't know what that is. Anyways, I feel like for me personally, it's been like I guess I rebranded. It's certain small things that I'm trying. So like, for instance, me and Brittany working on this one, the cussing thing, right?
Yeah.
Brittany, she her daddy's son, or her mama's son. My mama don't cuss like that no more, but
No. But People just be doing ignorant things, and I just sometimes feel like certain cuss words just really, like it make the sentence mean something.
Okay. Well, she's gonna change. Well, she's changing. She's trying.
Yeah, so if you catch me, listen, we all fall sometimes, but I get back up.
And I think it's important. I don't know if it's too early to like bring it up in the episode, but I think it's important that even when you consider yourself to be in this rebranding phase of your life, that when you fall and slip up and do the thing that you said that you were gonna stop doing, that it's not to say like you can still be rebranding if you.
Yeah,
I feel
yeah.
like that's the difference between like a rebranding for like let's say like a big major company versus your own personal life. Like you're gonna slip up and make mistakes. And I feel like as long as it's not hindering nobody else's life, just try again. Well, Leah
Yeah.
say, dust yourself off and try again.
Look, now I'm about to break out in a song again.
So yeah, what you think? What you changing in your life?
I mean, the biggest thing that I'm changing right now is the cursing. I just feel like there's so many other ways to get my point across that I don't need so many exclamation points. But I be like, listen, if y'all catch me stuttering, mind your business. Because when I say I literally just be out here trying to figure it out, I know it's like, well, just don't cuss, Brittany. Easier said than done. Because like I said, sometimes people be ignorant and I be like, I gotta tell you something right now.
Right.
And this is the word to say it with. But I think the biggest thing for me when it comes to rebranding is I think we do live in a world where social media is such a big part of your life. And considering that we are podcasters, trained, content is a thing. But it's like my content I'm realizing is totally different from other people. And the more I show my personality, people actually be vibing with it. So like right now I got this thing where like I be talking about I'm on I be on lunch with my lunch boo. It's
Yeah.
literally my husband, y'all. But I literally be out here like I don't know this man. And it's, to me, it's like such a like small thing that I'm just like, I'll crack up to myself about because I think I'm a comedian, deep down.
Yeah.
But sometimes I feel like when you're putting yourself out there to other people, it's just kind of like, that's not, like no one wants to see that. No one cares. It is what it is. But I just kind of feel like I'm finding more peace with just being like, this is who I am. My content isn't going to look like anybody else's because my life is not like that. I don't have time to do whatever it is that you doing because this is what I'm doing with 3 kids. Well, 2 and 1 on the way. And your girl be tired and busy. Why I got see like this? Cause why am I walking around with one earring on? That's crazy.
And then she put
Stuff
the
like,
earring on the side where you can't even see it. Bless her.
but I just feel like a lot of people when they talk about rebranding, they're rebranding, but you're changing to fit the mold of someone else. And I think to me, when we spoke about this topic, that's what I was thinking about it because you're like, oh yeah, I need to change this, I need to change that. But if it's not a benefit to you and what you have going on, there's no point in rebranding. I can literally be like, oh, there's a ton of fitness influencers. I gotta do a day in the life. I have to do, and when you're doing a day in the life, it's like, oh, I gotta show you I'm washing my dishes. I'd be like, no, because I didn't wash them. Why? Because I didn't feel like it. That's the day. So I want to say that you shouldn't be rebranding so you can be liked by others. You should be rebranding so you can feel more at peace with whatever it is that you have going on in life and feeling like that's elevating you.
But what if you are in a space in your life where the decisions that you are making, like you can keep doing whatever you wanted to do and be okay with the consequences, good or bad. But what if
Hmm.
they are affecting people around you and now other people is the reason why you have to, other people are the reason why you have to get it together.
To
They are
rebrand.
the reason why you have to rebrand.
I'll be honest, and again, this is just how my brain works. If it's for an adult, you can miss me with that. Now I have kids, so there are like me cussing. I feel like I started it off more so for me because my whole journey has been to be more God-like, right? I want to be closer to God. He not fit to be cussing me out. I can't be like, yeah, God, like, come on now. If I'm gonna change up how I talk to him, I gotta change up how I'm talking to other people as well. And that just end up being a reflection of what I'm telling my own kids and how to express themselves and handle their emotions and things like that. So to be quite honest, I don't think I've ever necessarily changed for like a person who's grown, who has a mind of their own, who can know right from wrong. Get your life together. But I know people gonna be like, but you married and y'all have mentioned, yeah, for the better. For my husband, I've realized I can't be cussing this man out when he make me mad. That cool. And before anybody say something, no, I ain't out here calling my man out his name and going off. But you know, when you get upset, you be like, what the F? Because I said, and you get upset and you just end up just saying whatever, like you talking to anybody. And I just got to the point where I'm just like, again, having to figure out what my triggers are and why do I feel like I need to respond to you that way? Why do I feel like if you say one thing, this is my response to that, whether it could be anybody. And the more I restrain from cursing, the more I feel like I get more in control of my own emotions. Because now I feel like I can just be as cool, calm, and collected. I'm cooler than a cucumber. Because I just be like, okay, it's all good in the hood. And I will say this, it used to annoy me that my sister was like this. Because she is the type that you could get blocked. And I'd be like, do you tell them that they blocked? They gonna know they blocked when I ain't answering. He would be more like, nah, I already told him. I already done went off. I done said what I said. And not very recently, but recently we had a situation and everyone was like, just don't respond, Brittany. I'm like, nah, I'm gonna let them know. Cause why are you bringing that to our podcast? And and I just felt like you needed to know what was up. And they was like, but what is that going to solve? Other than the fact that you said what you said. It's solving up because if the person still wants to react the way that they're reacting to situations, then I have no control over that. And they have to learn to deal with that, moving within that.
It's not always up to you to try to fix their issue too. I feel like that's something I had to figure out on my own too. But going back to the cursing thing with my friends, love my friends so much, and I'm gonna call them out.
Ooh.
And I'm gonna call them out because we be talking about this, but Brent, we love Brent.
Yes, Brent has been on the podcast. Hey.
If you know Brent, you know I ain't lying. All right, what I'm about to say is very true. That boy cussed like a sailor. And Brent, the things that come out of Brent's mouth, I just be like, Brent.
He's so funny though.
Love it. I just be like, oh Lord help my friend. And so I brought that up because we went on a trip for like my friends put together like a surprise like bridal trip. Right. And I'm asking like, yeah, that's what it was called. And so we went on the trip and not cuss either. I think I mentioned on the podcast that my favorite go-to word was the B word. All right. Everybody was B word. I remember Britt, look, I'm going to another friend. Bria, freshman year of college, she was like, can you stop calling me that? And I was like, bitch, not even. What you mean? And so when we were on that trip, I remember like I would find myself like I'm around my friends, we chilling, we talking, I'm just talking, right? And then I'm like, dang, I'm cussing a lot or whatever. And so then I talked about it with them. It was me, Bria, and Brent. It's crazy that I bring those two friends up. Me, Bria, and Brent rode together to Fredericksburg or whatever. So we drove back home. And I brought that up, like I'm trying to work on this thing in my life. It is hard because once I get around my friends, and I'm not blaming my friends at all, but once I get around my friends and people that I'm comfortable with, I'm over here, girl, that big, and like I'm just talking. I really realizing like, Destiny, I thought you said, and then Brent a while ago made a comment. We on the phone. And he cussed. He said, oh, I'm sorry, friend. I know you trying to stop cussing. So it was great to have that kind of friend because coming from Brent, the cusser, he's very mindful at the same time. So it's like it's something that I really do be trying to work on it. And obviously, like in my day to day life, I mean, I'm not talking to my friends every single day. I cuss a little less. And that's what I'm saying. And I don't want it to come off as if it's my friend's fault. I get around my friends and I'm just cussing because
You
I.
just get comfortable. It's just like, you know,
But it's a habit
yeah, it's a
of
habit.
that I'm trying to. I gotta rebrand. I don't want to be. I don't want to go around everybody. Oh, you know, Destiny, cause she be cussing.
Right. But why would, okay, so I've stated why I don't want to cuss. Why do you not want to cuss?
I just want to be. I think it's the same thing. I want to be able to articulate myself in a way where a cuss word isn't necessarily needed. I can get my point across without having to cuss you out. And I feel like on the crashing out episode, I would. Look, I sent this video to my friend Koya, and it was like me in my I'm in my soft girl era, and it was like also me, and it's like Boosie over there talking about, look at you with your big wide shoulders and just going on, and I'm just like, bro, I be trying. I
Because
do.
it be life. But I will say this, I feel like a lot stems from, first off, when you're around people that cuss a lot, it's just second nature, which is odd because when I was growing up, when I first used a cuss word, it didn't even feel right coming off my tongue. It was just like, that's so weird. But then, of course, it becomes a habit of how
Right.
you express yourself when you're speaking. So then I feel like as I continue to get older, you experience different people, different lifestyles, you know, all those things. And I remember mama saying, sometimes you got to meet people where they at. Not everybody understands, you know, you keeping your cool. So I always associated like, okay, if I'm talking to Sarah, I'm gonna talk to Sarah like this, because you know sometimes when you get rah with people, in one end out the other, but then you get with them rah people and you realize, oh, you think I'm a weak link?
Yeah.
Now I gotta let you know that I'm just as crazy. Now
Right.
I gotta step my game up, and when I tell y'all, your girl is not a quitter. I like to win. It don't matter the situation.
Trying to be better and all this stuff. Like I was like that too, right? And I was trying to
Yeah.
make it. And I think it goes with the whole being okay with if they understood what I was saying or not, but you heard what I said at the end of the day. I don't care if you got it right now when I said it or later when it hit you on top of the head. But I said what I said and you heard what I said. I
The first
could.
time.
All right, I could go off on you. I could go, but I'm choosing not to. Okay? And
Yeah.
I feel like maybe it's a good people know that we could go there, but when you're choosing not to, I feel like that speaks volumes too. Like, okay, yeah, we used to be the like we oh yeah, I gotta talk to you on your level so you can feel me for real. But when you know that that is something that you used to do, other people recognize that, but now they recognize she was a little calm. I feel like that's like when mama, okay, you get in trouble, right? And you be like, ooh, when I call my mama, she gonna go off on me. And then you call her and she don't. I ain't gonna hold you. I'm more scared now than if she would have cussed me
Oh,
out.
for real.
So
No, for
I
real.
feel
Because I
like
feel like that means she's pondering. Like it's gonna like whatever she gonna come up with is gonna be worse than what it was if she just would have cussed me out the first time. And it's crazy because we in our 30s and we still be like, you could have just cussed me out. Get it over with.
exactly. But I feel like when you're growing and evolving and rebranding your life, I feel like those small changes speak more volume than we give credit for. That's what I was trying
Yeah.
to say. So
Do you feel like when you're I'm sorry.
no, go ahead.
Do you feel like if you're rebranding that you feel like you may not do something because you may lose certain people in your life, or that people would think differently of you for not doing something that they've come accustomed to you doing?
Nope. Because like you said, you wrong. That's your problem. How is it my fault? Because I want better for myself. Even if you feel like that's not better, cussing not that bad. You may feel that way. I'm not
Yeah.
telling you. I just don't want to do it. Do
Yeah.
you?
And it's very interesting because I do have a friend who don't cuss at all. Like at all. Like she don't even, I don't know if she say hell, which is great for her, you know. And it blow. And I asked her, I was like, "Why don't you?" She was just like, "It's something I've never done." I was like never. She was like, "Now, don't get me wrong. I've said a cuss word before, but the fact that she was able to put A in front of that, a cuss word, I'm like, that's usually not in a plural sense.
Is it
So,
girl, answer my
huh?
question. Is it Sydney?
It is Sydney. Yes. Sister don't cuss. And I think she said her mama don't cuss. And
So
I was
that's
like,
why.
that's
She grew up around that.
her husband cuss. He's straight from Lamar. You know we can get down when we want to get down. But yeah, she grew up and that's who did not cut. Now, I will say this before we say her sister. Her sister is way younger than she is. So Sydney pretty much grew up as the only child. So it's not like, I mean, we always be like, dang, we 6 years apart. But Sydney and her sister, they're like, I don't know, but it's a really big gap. So to say that she continued to make that decision not to was like, I strive to be like her. Real talk.
Shout out to Sydney. We need more friends like Sydney.
Yeah, but shout out to Sydney. And I think, yeah, you have to be surrounded by people who are going to better you in that area and not judge you. And the reason I asked you that question before of whether or not you would or have it would be harder to change something due to other people is because I do feel like sometimes people look at you like, oh, you think you better than me because you're trying to make a change. And so then sometimes I feel like if these are people that you value, especially if they're family members, then it's like you don't want to be looked at like the outcast. It's like, I love hanging out with my cousins, I like doing ratchet stuff with my friends, and then you realize like, dang, ain't nobody calling me no more. Don't nobody want to hang out with me, and then now they think I'm a lame, or better yet, I'm better than them, so we can't hang out. I can see that being like very tough, but as I continue to say it out loud, and I think this is also coming from someone that is I'm very comfortable. I'm more comfortable in my skin now than I was then. Maybe I asked the question too, because I think back then it would have been harder. I would have wanted to do it, but then when I got in the setting, I would have been like, well, that's just for today. I just cussed you out for that moment, and I can justify why I did it. So it's not that bad. But now I've gotten to the point that I realize that I am literally living for God. And if I'm truly living for Him, then I can't justify what I'm doing here on earth, because at the end of the day, I'm not here to make anyone on this earth happy or proud of me. I am doing everything to glorify Him. So as long as I feel like the things that I am changing or the habits I'm trying to commit to now is to just not like raise myself so I can feel great about myself, but to be more like God, more like Him, then I've learned to be more content with the changes that I'm making. So most of my changes tend to stem from what I believe or how I think God will view me, especially if I'm reading the Bible and He already said don't do that. Then I need to stop doing that. Versus being like, oh, I need to change it because I got kids now, so I can't be stripping at the club. Like, okay.
That's what I'm saying. Once you I done said forget the mic. I'm just trying to talk loud. Once you, maybe I should keep talking regular so it don't be all wonky.
Yeah, no, you're fine. You're fine.
Okay, so I just feel like that goes with having the right people around you. So even if those people around you aren't making those necessary changes to their own life, hence Brent, he's still like, oh, my bad, Destiny. I know you're trying to stop doing that. So when he talks to me, he's more mindful of it. So it's great to have friends like that are, I guess, like, what's the word? Supportive,
Yeah,
I guess.
supportive.
I'm
Not
saying,
putting you down.
right, if I want to make certain changes to my life, and I feel like maybe when I was younger, I would think that way. Like, oh, if I do this, I'm going to lose my friends. Child, look, I'm grown. Now, my friends don't pay my bills, and I love my friends down. But if I want better for myself, and at the end of the day, I got to answer to God. You don't want to be my friend because I don't cuss. I don't drink no more. I don't do that. That's cool, because I don't want to be your friend either. Okay?
Hey, you're done.
Right. And I just feel like if you have the wrong people around you, that calls for a rebranding in itself.
Yeah. No, for real. I agree with that.
You are essentially
100%.
You are essentially the people that you surround yourself with. And I'm not saying
Yeah.
birds will always flock together, because it's certain things my friends do that I've never done and never will do. But at the end of the day, when you surround yourselves, and I'm not saying that my friends out here killing, robbing, stealing, and none of that. I'm just saying they're their own person and I'm my own person. But I just feel like it's very important to have those right people around you. If you don't, bro, it's just that. And
Yeah.
who, and if you decide that you want to rebrand yourself and those friends do not stay along for the rebranding, then I feel like that's a sign that you're doing something great. That's like when Wendy's decided to change the packaging from yellow to red. I don't fool with them like that no more, but they still in business. They ain't worried about me.
Or now she talking about the Wendy's. I don't even know the last time I ate Wendy's, so I
Wendy's
didn't
used
even
to
know that was
give
a
me
thing.
Wendy when they had the yellow packaging, when the fried container was yellow.
Okay, yeah. Dang, that's old.
Oh, it was a hit. Now they start changing the fries. The barbecue sauce too sweet. I don't like it, but somebody do. Wendy got
Don't get
somebody's
down to the sauce.
love chicken nuggets. But yeah, Re- rebrand according to what works for you. Just obviously, like a business, they have to like rebrand according to what would keep their customers. But I'm
Right.
not rebranding for the benefit of y'all. I'm rebranding for the benefit of myself.
It's a
Okay,
word.
love y'all, but look.
But ain't for you. And I think that's literally what now I will say this, even though I'm in my journey with God and I just said that it starts that way, I have done some things for my kids. Why? Because I also realize the world that my kids are going to grow up in. I also realize that they're black women and things that we see on the news. So I feel like I do things or I respond to them in a way that I want them to respond to me. And we grew up in an era where your mama would literally be like, "Cause I said so." Now I will say my mom did some explaining for a few things, but every now and again it was literally because that's what Dar said. Daryl say he don't want something like that. That's just the way that stuff went. But I feel like with my kids, because I do give them the autonomy, I guess I'll say, to say something, or ask me a question, I do slow down. Now, I will say it doesn't happen all the time because I literally have to tell myself from time to time, Breland is supposed to ask 2 million questions, honey. And the question for the other question and the question that she ain't even thought of yet, it's coming. And if someone could record me, I kid you not, I sit and I just stare at Breland and I'm pretty sure my eyebrow, they just move because she just be talking. And I just be mesmerized by what her little brain is doing. And I could tell her, girl, shut up and go sit down. You already asked me that question. But I tried to be very patient because I do realize that sometimes this is her using her critical thinking. And most of the time when we shut things down on our kids at a young age, then it blends into them being adults and feeling like they can't ask questions. And I never want them to feel like they can't ask the question because you very well can, especially
Right.
when the others is out here asking questions. They getting answers. My babies
Right.
will get the same. So I do think there's different times in which you want to change something, but it always goes back to doing it for what works for you. If the change in which you are making is not for you, then don't do it. But if you're also someone who is trying to do better with reading the Bible and following those, I hate to say like the guidelines of the Bible, but following what's in the book,
Mhm.
then you make the changes once you are aware of them. And we've said it multiple times. You may catch me slipping. I may say the S word or the F word. Those are my favorite because what the
All right, we get it.
get the
But I
like,
feel like even with
I can bounce back from that. And if I catch myself, I will try to change it immediately in the next thing that I say. I won't continue to just because I started it. I'll try to stop myself as I move forward. So then I'm like, what the heck? Baby steps here, people, baby
I feel
steps.
like just like you said, if you're reading the Bible and trying to live according to that, and you read in the Bible that what you are doing is not of God, to
Yeah.
continue to do it. He literally said, "You are a fool." Who wants to be a fool? Not me. So I'm going to try my best. Like, he knows we're sinners. He knows that we're going to mess up X, Y, and Z. But you have to put forth the effort to try to change yourself. And it's one habit at a time. And it don't always have to be cursing or whatever. Because, like, even like what you're saying when you're speaking to your kids and trying to have more patience. And it's not just because I said so. You do make certain changes for people in your life, like your kids, your husband, X, Y, and Z. Because even for me, I don't have kids yet. But at the end of the day, I remember I came to Corey once, and I don't even drink like that. But when I guess I don't know how to control myself. I don't know. So I woke up that next day after what I did, and I said, you know what? I don't want to do that no more. And I literally was just like, that's like me, knowing that I want kids very soon. If I can't handle myself now without the kids, I would hate for my child to be like, what's wrong with mom? So I'm making the changes now. I don't want to wait till the kid is here and they over there. Why mommy keep throwing up? Look, and why mommy get so loud when she don't worry about it because I ain't gonna do it no more. I just
Isn't that Dilly?
because I know myself. And so
Yeah.
that was me rebranding myself. I saw something in myself that I didn't like. And granted, I could have just dealt with that and like, oh, I'll just take it easy next time. But I literally looked at it from the standpoint of a mom. I'm going to be a mom one day.
Yeah.
I don't want to bring that into my child's household. You know, I grew up around people who drink all day. I didn't drink all day, like I said, but I don't want that for them.
Yeah.
So I'm doing
The
that.
biggest rebranding I saw in you is when you started changing your wardrobe.
Yeah, I did do that.
Yeah. And she never dressed like prerogative. Like it was never like you can, not leaving anything to the imagination, as people say. It was never like that. But I mean, you got a slim little figure, you got it going on, shawty. And I just remember she put on a dress, and it was a really nice dress, y'all. It really was. But she was just like, I really do think it may be too insinuating for everything. It's kind of like showing, and I think it was like a long one though, but it was just like really fitted. And you was just like, no. And then it was a pair of shorts. And then she was like, I love them shorts, but I can't wear them because I think they're too short. And I also was like, I think they look fine. But I think the fact that you were able to realize those things for yourself and then to just make the mental note like, hey, this is too much. Or especially when you started dating and knowing that when you started to date, you weren't looking just for like, hey, let's go have fun. You were looking for your husband. To me, it was also one of those things of being respectful to him because again, Corey didn't live here. So it would be like, well, I wouldn't even wear this if I'm going out with Corey. Why would I wear it and I'm not about to be with him? Because sometimes when you're with your man, you can jazz it up a little bit, but when you're not, then it's just kind of like, who am I trying to impress? So I thought it was really cool to watch you make those transformations. Well, that particular transformation on your own, and then to kind of watch you do it was like very interesting to me.
See, y'all rebranded. And it was no, like you said, it was nobody to tell me, hey, why do you wear that? Stop wearing that. I just chose it for myself. I don't wear that no more. And I love them little Levi shorts. Yeah, they was cute.
They were cute.
Yeah, it's just certain things that sometimes rebranding means letting go of things. Sometimes
Yes.
rebranding means adding things that makes you better. Whatever works for you, whatever floats your boat.
Okay, so question. You just
Yeah.
said one, and I feel like we've been talking a lot about things that we would take away. So, what is something that you would add as a rebrand to making yourself better?
I noticed for myself, I'm a very, especially maybe it's like a teacher thing, but I plan everything. I'm a pretty organized, this and this and that. I literally had to like incorporate a routine into my life. I had to add something. Like, I work best when it's like, do this, and was it Corey the other day that said, he was like, call the people and ask them X, Y, and Z. I said, oh, I forgot. And he was like, I said, you got to remind me. He said, I did. I said, no, you need to put it on a to-do list so I can check it off. I just work better that way. And once when I realized that about myself, that helps me to be the better version of myself. I'm not procrastinating. I'm not waiting to the last minute to do stuff because I like to check stuff off my list.
Yeah.
I'm doing great. So I feel like incorporating a routine that works best for your lifestyle, obviously. And there's some days when I'd be like, F that routine. I'm laying in bed today, and that's fine. But I feel like that helped me become a better version of myself.
That's a good thing to say. I've been like that. Everything in my calendar.
I just
Down to
go with
making
the
my
wind.
kids snack.
Wherever the wind took me, that's where I was going.
No, I've been that way. Like literally still say get the girls on the bus. I got a time block for that. Get them off the bus, making they snacks. Like I am, because if not, then I feel like I have to do well because I'm an overthinker and I feel like I should be able to do everything. I will try to cram 20 tasks in a day. And then you could get 15 of them things done. But because you didn't get all 20, failure. And I just admitted to y'all I don't like to be a quitter.
Not me. I'm like, that's 5 less things I got to do.
Right. No, I used to be like, so today was a dud because I didn't get it done and I suck. And that would end up being, then you wake up the next day with another 20. So now I'm like, I had 20, but really I got 25 because I ain't doing this other stuff yesterday. So overwhelming for me. So that was one thing too. Yeah, that's a really good one because I realized that a while ago that I don't function very well. So and then I break it up throughout the week and then I can work on one thing at a time. And then I'm like, look at you, girl. And now that I'm pregnant, I'd be like, nap time, not doing nothing between 1 and 3. Don't schedule nothing. Even if I'm up, I'm watching Bobby Flay on Food Network. And that's just how my days be going. But, ooh, I don't know if I was to add. I asked you the question because I was like, maybe she got something, and you did. And I'm like, did I add anything? Because I've done what you've said. But I think the biggest thing I think I've started to do for myself is to show up as the person I want to be in different spaces. So I know we were just talking about like how you tend to not want to do something because you feel like you could be judged for it. Or I know one time you and I were talking and you was like, I try not to say anything about God because I don't want to be like, oh my God, that's all she talk about, that's all she do, but I'm just like, if the situation I feel like he need to be brought in, I'm gonna bring him in, and if you don't want me there because you feel like I'm a, break out in a Bible verse, then that's cool. And I usually don't break out in a Bible verse, but I do just look at people and I will just be like, nope, see, I don't even have to cuss or go off. I just be like, no. And then I know next time when you invite me to say no from the get-go because I saw how it went the last time. So we don't need to do that twice. So I think
Yeah, I
I've
like
learned to bring me wholeheartedly to whatever setting I'm in.
right. Because don't be mad at me. God said it. What you mad at me
Right.
for? Because I'm going to God, I don't care. I did used to say that. I don't want to, when I was first getting into my journey with God, I was like, I don't want to be the overly holy friend.
Yeah.
But now it's just like, look, girl, I don't know what to tell you. But the
That
Lord
part.
said,
And I think the best way I'll break it down to in the aspects of that is there was something on social media and it was like and we all do it though, when everything going good, you don't really talk to the Lord. Everything good because it's just working out in your favor and abundance is overflowing and, everything is hunky-dory. The faith and the work is working together. And then the moment everything goes to crap, like you overly praying. You wake up reading the Bible. You on your knees. Nah, we ain't just praying in the car ride to the job. We, on the side of the bed. And it was also one of those things where it was like, when he comes back, right? Is that going to be the time where you ready to deny everyone that you knew was wrong? Or is that the time when you're ready to deny like all the things that you shouldn't have been doing? That's not the time. The time to do it is now. So when the day comes, homegirl, the 99 that's down here, your fault. I'm the one. And I'm what the yellow brick, whatever color the brick road, highway, whatever it is, path, I want to be on it. That's all I'm saying. So I think sometimes I do go back and forth in my head because, like you said, if you have a habit and it's something you've been doing and nothing bad has necessarily happened to you for doing those things, you'll just continue to do them. But if you have a higher calling and there's more to this life than just being here, then there are a few things you're going to need to change, regardless if that comes with a after effect, or like something negative comes with what it is that you're doing. And I think sometimes that's why we continue to do things, because it's like, well, nothing bad is happening and I feel fine doing it, but it doesn't make it necessarily right, so I'm always like, I'd rather deny it all now, so when my Lord come down here, girl.
Right. But I was just, he gonna be like, look, it's too late. You're holding up the line. I'm gonna never do you.
That part. That
Um,
part. Don't care what's on your license, what's on your passport. We don't care that you've been paying for TSA before TSA was TSA.
he don't care about none of that worldly stuff. He said, what happened to that one time I told you to go over there and tell that person what they was doing wrong, and you said that ain't your business. You ain't my business. I'm not gonna like that.
Right? And the crazy part is that be the one person you watching just going on. Be like, wait a minute.
Exactly. How he get in there? You
Cause
wasted my time to club.
I remember you did. Now listen, you can't be out here trying to figure out what other people doing. You got to figure it out for yourself so you can change your habits and get where you're supposed to be. Yes.
Rebrand your life.
So what would you be done with on this?
I'm done already. Living my life. Been done. I'm not best for destiny. Okay, that's just what it is. If you like it, you like it. If you don't, oh well. Take it up with the Lord. I'll pray for you, but I'm not living my life according to other people's standards. I'm not doing what everybody feel like I should be doing. I'm doing whatever the Lord tells Destiny to do. If it don't sit right with my spirit, I ain't doing it. Even if I slip up and may have done it, I ain't doing it again. Done.
Yeah. Period. I think it's the same. It's the same thing, but kind of going to what I've added to my life as a better habit, and that's just showing up as Brittany and realizing that I don't have to be raw, even if somebody's being raw with me, or giving them all of my attention in that moment to make them feel better about something they've gone that they've crashed out about. I can't control other people's emotions or feelings, and I can't make them want to be better, even if they're asking me and we're quote unquote trying to learn from each other, reading the Bible together, and then you still want to do, X, Y, and Z, but I'm on ABC. I just have to continue to pray for you. And I think that's the biggest thing too, is sometimes praying for the people that you also be like, yep, that's your business.
We said we was gonna rebrand, but we ain't on the same page, and I can pray for you. Maybe I'll meet you at the top one day, but you're not gonna hold me back. So see you later.
Nah, because right now it's giving, you want me to eat the fruit from the tree,
and I ain't doing. Jesus, God come down and say, what you done did, and you over here, she did it. No, like acting like Eve and Adam. No, I ain't did nothing. I told you
nothing. Ain't nothing. Ain't seen nothing.
I don't even know it was a fruit. I don't know what you're talking about.
It could have been a vegetable. I don't know.
Yeah. I was over here sending to the sheep. I don't know. That's what I'm trying to get. I'm not
Okay.
Rebrand y'all lives, y'all. It's never too late. I don't care if you're 50 years old, okay?
Yes.
Shout out to y'all. Everybody can rebrand their lives. And, it's never a better time to do it than right now. Right?
Pretty much. Start today.
That's all we got for y'all on this wonderful Thursday. I was going to say Sunday because today is Sunday. But you will see this on a Thursday. At 7 p.m.
Central Time.
Central Time. I be having to remember that, y'all, because I don't live in Central Time.
I literally almost had these episodes going out at 8 p.m.
I be having to put it at 8 my time because on YouTube it's for whatever reason it's at 7 if I put 8. But when I do like Spotify and everything else, I can put 7. I don't know.
That's weird.
And I don't really know. I don't know the little what's it called? The acronyms for the time zone. So I just be I grew up in the Central, so I just be looking at that one. I don't be knowing, y'all. 7 or 8, one of the y'all gonna get it on Thursday.
Between 7 and 8 p.m. But it's been 7. She's been doing great. We appreciate you and your intern.
I've been doing it right.
Yes, it's been going out at the right time. But thank y'all for tuning in. And we'll see y'all. She always say I say this wrong. That's why I never say it. Because I be like, same place, same time. And she be like, it's not right.
That ain't right. It is the same time next week.
Next week. And when she said, I remember the right way. But this is why
Either
we're.
way, we gonna see y'all. Hold on. I don't know if you can hear me still. That just made me mad.
Yes. See, that's what I'm talking about. Is your mic is on, but is it set for you to hear through the mic? Because when you got closer to that computer, I heard you very crisp. I can hear you very well, but it was a different audio sound from when you got closer to the computer than it is when you go back to your chair.
Well, I don't know how to change it.
Let me see. Sorry, guys. Your thing say no microphone. There you go.
No, it's because no, I'm not able to change it. If you listen, Linda, it's not letting me. Hold on.
You just had it.
No, I don't. I'm telling you, I don't. No, it's not letting me do it while I'm recording.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna just have to fix the volume when I edit.
Yeah, but that's what it was. Okay, I knew I wasn't tripping.
Peace. We did it. 2 for 2 for today.
2 and 2. We got one more to go.
Today?
No, we only have one more till this season's over. This was 9.
We'll go to the store. I gotta cook.
I need to go to the store too. I'm gonna make pork chops with mashed potatoes and green beans for dinner.
I'm making burgers. Yeah, we totally